So, do you live near a Whole Foods store? Because if you do, your house is just going to be worth more. That's just the reality. It is crazy. As I take listings and help families sell their homes, if I put in the marketing piece that you're near a Whole Food store, oh my goodness. Just like that, it goes. The house goes. So, just reading here in bankingrates.com, I couldn't believe it. 5 key signs your home's value may skyrocket in 2024. What do you think that means? Well, everyone's been hoping the market's going to crash. The market's going to come down. Well, I don't know. Are we hoping that? Not hoping. We're just probably looking for a little more competitive interest rate and pricing to come down slightly. And in all good news, in all fairness, right? I was just looking at the stats for Laverne, California, right here where our office is located, right here in Old Town Laverne. All properties in Laverne, California, we have seen a 5.9% decline adjustment in pricing. So let me put that in perspective for you. In July of 2023, the median sales price in Laverne for all types of properties that would put into the MLS, right? The median sales price was $980,000. That was July 2023 last year. And so moving right along to March of 2024, the median sales price in Laverne, California for March is $875,000. So we've seen a $105,000 price correction since July of last year. And yet they're saying and hoping your home value is skyrocketing in the next year or so. And it's probably going to continue to rise. We are seeing a correction in the market. I am going to tell you 100% we have a correction in the market. It's probably because Laverne doesn't have a Whole Foods. We only have Sprouts. Sprouts is great, but if the economy is booming and new jobs are coming to town, likely that your home value is going to go up. So where's an area like that? Eastvale, 100%. Lots of jobs coming to the area, lots of activity. They've got Amazon that was built out there. I mean, let's look at what's the Eastvale market stats looking like. Let me just put in Eastvale into my little magic computer I have right here. And let's see, median, oh my goodness, it is 100% correct. March 2024, the current median sales price is $975,000. Whereas let's go to July of 2023, the median sales price was $920,000. So yes, the market has increased, not even seen a loss. It did have some depreciation between that time with the interest rates going up and down, sideways, crooked. I mean, it's going all over the place, right? The reality is that home prices in Eastvale, California are up. Laverne is correcting. We're still pricey in Laverne. We are still pricey in Laverne. And the reason that Eastvale is seeing such a skyrocket is because they are adding so many new jobs, new construction, plenty of home building. We've got great schools out there, right? Lots of things going on. Another thing that they're talking about that will push home values up, and this is for you guys out there when you're voting, right? You're choosing, you're making sure things are happening, that your town is investing in infrastructure and public amenities. Well, I can just tell you, Laverne and San Dimas, they just built in the last few years, they've added our Bonita Center of Unified Arts division. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't been over there yet and you haven't participated in any type of musical or theatrical performance in there, you need to. It's just a fabulous experience. Our school district is improving. Our school district is busy adding to and bringing very, very prestigious activities. One of the things is I have a young family with young kids that currently have their kids at sports, right? Their kids are doing travel, water polo, and travel wrestling. And guess what? They want their kids to get into Bonita Unified because Bonita Unified offers just those two amenities within the school district. And you would think that most schools do. They don't. They just don't. And we do here in the Bonita Unified School District. So that makes a difference. The activities that you have within the school, the things that are happening within the community, the different community activities and amenities that are offered just keep home pricing strong, and steady. Makes for a high demand community. I was just over at Bonita Unified's big, what do we call it? That was their big celebration kickoff for the year, where they shared all of their goals and their results for the previous years. And hey, Bonita Unified, I want to say, is in like the top 3 or 10% of schools in the whole California area because they're doing so well. And that has everything to do with why home values are so strong here in Laverne and San Dimas, right? So when you're seeing, I know it's so inconvenient when you're seeing the freeways expanded and the streets expanded. And when the streets are being expanded and the freeways are being expanded, of course, the lanes become smaller and it just becomes more challenging to make the commute. And yet it will pay off in the long run for you all. So we have to work through that a little bit to see the end result of something bigger and better for all of us that's just adding to your home value. When you see streets being improved, your home value is on its way up. When you see streets full of potholes and things that just aren't being taken care of and run down parks, your home values are plummeting and plummeting and more plummeting. So we've got to make sure we're always improving and keeping things looking better, feeling better, and they function and operate, right? So what's the other thing they're talking about? Your house or near comparables are your homes of the future. True, true, true. One of the things that I always tell a seller when I sit down with a seller and they're telling me, oh, I'm going to come on the market in 90 days. I'm going to come on the market in 6 months. I'm going to come in the market in 2 days, a week, is we always check the immediate market value of what's on the market right now. Why do we do that? Because you could get some crazy seller who puts their home on the market for some ridiculously low number. And then you go, what the heck? How did that happen? Right? And then all of a sudden they have now impacted your market value. Your final sales price is impacted by the crazy seller who just wants to unload their property. So you want to be diligent. You want to help support your neighbors in making sure they have a successful sales of their home so that your market value at some point when you're ready, whether it's today or 30 years from now, your home sells for more money. Your home just continues to appreciate. That is what you're looking for. So it is so, so important that houses are sold at fair market value or maybe even a smidge above, right? So that it brings the market up. Things will just the reality of the situation is the more homes are sold for, the more money that's spent in a community is the likelihood of the community having more improvements, more enhancements, and then allowing for you to have higher sales price, stronger homeownership in the neighborhood, stronger communities, more amenities, just so many amazing opportunities. Another great point, I love this one. Your municipality is enacting favorable zoning rules. So, what does that mean? Well, for example, maybe you have a city who is trying to say no to the ADUs. Now, most everyone, every city can't say no, not anymore because of what's been passed, right? Everyone's allowed to be able to encourage, to create equal housing opportunities, and that's through an ADU, creating those opportunities for people to have a smaller home that's safe in a small little community at a lower price becomes more affordable, right? And if you had a city that's like anti ADU, right? Well, the majority of people are going to say that is not favorable zoning rules. That is not helping our market. It's slowing it down, it's pushing it back. It's kind of like what interest rates are doing, right? Slowing us down. And yet, you just want to know what's the zoning rules like in the community? How are things looking? For example, San Dimas had a couple of areas that they just recently had rezoned and built big $1 million homes, right? It was horse property, and San Dimas bought out the area. Well, the builders bought out the horse property area, rezoned it, and built, I want to say there's probably $10 million homes in there. What that did for our economy, well, my goodness. Our poor horsies had to move out of town. That was kind of a bummer because, we love our horses here in San Dimas. If you all didn't know, that's where I live. My office is in Laverne. My work commute, a minute. It's so nice. Talking about work commute, right? What's your work commute like? Are you choosing to live in a community that allows for a nice, competitive, well driven, feels great work commute? I mean, I was just having a talk with a buyer earlier, and they're deciding where they want to live because they've just moved into the area. And they were like, well, one of us works from home because they're an artist, and the other one goes into the office. So, reasonably, they want a 1,700 or so square foot house with 3 bedrooms and a 2-car garage, or a little more than that. And they would like at least a 6,000 square foot lot or a little more than that. And guess what their budget was? 850,000 or less. That put the hubby at a 30-minute work commute. I think even at prime time traffic, as long as Google Maps is correct, a 30-minute work commute, that's like awesome, right? Because how many of you are driving over an hour to get home these days. I mean, you got to listen to like 3 episodes of Lori Alvarez's Real Estate with Soul in order to just, get home. So here's the deal. Your work commute, it matters. It definitely matters. You definitely want to see that. And then now getting back into your town's schools are improving. Jumping right back into that. That is such a priority that you're seeing the schools are improving. You're seeing that the teachers are fantastic, top notch. They're appreciated. And you're seeing the students thriving within their index scores and their testing scores. You're just seeing all these wins, and more wins. The extracurricular activities matter right here. They matter. I just shared with you in my story earlier that clients are specifically wanting to buy and compromising on the property they're buying in order for their kids to get the school activities that matter to them. That says a lot about a school. When you say, you know what, it's not my perfect house, but it's my I'll make it work house because the schools are the number one priority for me. I've got to tell you, that is how we ended up in San Dimas, California. We went way out. And back in the day, we went way out to Corona. We considered those big, beautiful houses out in Horse Thief Canyon Ranch. And we checked them out and we were like, wow, these are big and spacious and lots of light and nice high ceilings. And the school districts were pretty darn good out there too. You know what wasn't going to be so great? Was my husband's commute. Not so great. And I, at the time, was staying at home with the kids, taking care of them. And I really wanted my hubby to be part of the process, not come home and sleep through the process. Does that make sense? So what did I do? I said, no. We got to change this to a 30-minute commute. We got to make life easier on you. And gosh darn it, we're going to have a lot of kids. So we need a fantastic school district. So we compromised. Our first house was in San Dimas. If you haven't heard that podcast episode, I talk all about that in my earlier podcasts. I think it's like episode, 10 or something like that. Anyways, the reality is we bought our first house in San Dimas, and it was a little tiny 900 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. And let me tell you that I would hear my husband get up in the morning and I'd hear this noise. Yes. What was that? The window blinds. The window blinds, because he would be running his bottom. And let me tell you, he doesn't have a big bottom. He'd run his bottom along those window blinds because our bed was way bigger than the bedroom. And so he'd have to squeeze his bottom along, those vertical window blinds. They swing and make all kinds of noise. Yeah, that's what we had in our first house. And he would get up and go to work. And this was before I got up at 3 a.m. Back then, I barely rolled out of bed to get the kids to school. That was a lot of work. And you did not want to see me taking the kids to school because I was in my PJs, rolling up in the Suburban, rolling the kids out. That was me. Nothing proud. Got the boys there. And it wasn't always on time, but I did my best. We had so much fun in that tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot home. So your home matters. And it's not how big or how little or how much. It's what you call home that matters.